I think you're seeing it inside out, but basically, here's the future. Here's right now. The agreement in Paris was about emissions trends in this little period from 2020 to 2030. And this takes you all the way out to 2100. And climate change is on these timescales where this stuff really matters. This is the gray bar here is business as usual, kind of if the world didn't really do much. And the blue bar here is what scientists have calculated would be in keeping with a 2-degree limit on warming. And that's, as many of you probably know, that's kind of safe-ish. But you can see it's sort of a bar. So here's 2020 to 2030. And think about Trump. So we're saying Trump's difference would make a 2% difference in the emissions track in that period. But look how that compares to what would have to happen way after, after 2030, Trump will be in the history books, as will be President Obama, as will be the presidents before them. And so, in that context, it's suddenly the Trump presidency, for all of the significance, and it will have significance for many environmental questions, but the climate question is probably not one of them, in the sense that it's hard for presidents to make it worse, and it's hard for presidents to make it better. George Bush, the first George Bush in 1988, during his campaign for the presidency, in 1988, he, and I quote him in my piece, he talked about, he said, well, if you're worried about the greenhouse effect, because 1988 was a big year for the idea of global warming was a serious problem, then wait for the White House effect. So George Bush, 1988, proclaimed the White House effect would be there to help solve the climate problem. But ever since then, if you look at tradition for emissions of greenhouse gases, of course, they're up, 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 up. And that means that presidencies can come and go. And the piece explores in more detail what things Trump could do that actually could have a long-term lasting impact.